Good morning. So this is a bit weird. This is our first part, I guess, our first introduction to our online learning. I wanted just to chat to you very briefly today. Really going to keep it nice and short, just to go over a couple of key points, just to get you ready for like the first lesson later this week. So I'm just going to go through a few things, and hopefully that'll answer most of the main questions. But don't worry, we're going to be introducing these things like bit by bit. So if there's anything you don't quite know what's going to happen today, you don't need to worry about it too much, because we will get to it as we go through the first week particularly. So obviously I can see a few students in the comments there. We'll talk a bit more about comments in a second, but nice to see you all checking in. If there's any parents watching, hi, hopefully I'll answer some of your questions as well. Let's just jump straight in. So obviously today is Monday, and today is like our kind of soft start. It's our first introduction day, just to make sure that we're ready to begin properly later, obviously from tomorrow onwards. Now, you'll be talking a lot more with your advisors and your other teachers about how you're going to structure your time. But in maths, I'll just talk very briefly about how we're going to do that. Basically, we're going to follow the schedule that you would have. So, when you would normally have a lesson, there will be something posted as a lesson each day for you. Now, whether you do it live, i.e. at the same time as it's posted, or not, will obviously depend on you. But we are going to assume as teachers, and this will be in all of your subjects, that you're going to be following that timetable. So if you have a lesson on period 1, then we're going to be posting an activity for that day at the same time you would normally have a lesson. Obviously this Friday, that also means that because Friday is public holiday, then there'll be nothing for this Friday, because that's a holiday day for you, and that's the general pattern we're going to follow. Basically what there'll be, again, in your first proper maths lesson, I'm going to talk to you a lot more specifically about how each activity is going to be sequenced. But like I said, just all you need to know for now is there'll be something posted every lesson. There'll be something that you're expected to do for each lesson that's posted. If you can't do it at the time that it's posted, so maybe you are doing something else, or maybe you overslept, or whatever it might be, the expectation is that you will do the activity, but if you don't do it at the time, then you'll catch up with it later on in the week or at some other time. What stuff do you need to have? Well, again, I'll talk a lot more specifically about the electronic resources later on this week, but you do need your books. A lot of students are asking me, do I need pen? Do I need pencil? Do I need books? Yes, you do. Okay, we're still going to do work in our books. So make sure you've got your maths book, make sure you've got your pencil case, and you'll need them with you for all the different activities that we do. The first unit we're going to do is our data analysis unit, which means we're going to be doing pie charts, which means you need a ruler and a protractor. So if you don't have one, obviously that could be a bit of a problem because we can't go out to buy them. But if you do have one somewhere lying around your house, or you have brothers and sisters with one, please do make sure that you try and source them. But books, pencil cases are the minimum. How is the work going to be given to you? Well, everything's going to be via Teamy. Okay, the link you found, if you're watching this now, you found the link on Teamy. Sometimes I'll be delivering lessons like this, where I might be talking to you or showing you something on YouTube, or maybe we'll be doing a Google Meet if we're having a small group discussion, or whatever it might be. But everything will start from Teamy. So if you go to Teamy each day, the normal time you'll have an activity, then that's where you can find out what you should be doing that day. So go to Teamy, go to the unit page, look at the most recent post. That's what we're doing. Couldn't be simpler. How am I expecting you to interact with me? Well, the main thing we're going to be doing is, obviously, it will be guided via Teamy, and this will be a very common way that I might communicate with you. Maybe it'll be where I record something in advance and post it, or it might be like this, where we're doing it live, and I can see obviously on the right-hand side here, we're all putting the comments. There may be times where there's sessions where we may talk about things, or I may give you like a little Q&A where you can ask a question in here and I might answer it. Somebody might put, how do I do this question? Or I'm stuck on question 7. What do I need to do here? And then obviously I'll have a chance to answer like this. Sometimes we may have Google Meets or we have video chats, but obviously that could be a bit difficult with 21 of us. The main thing to remember is just because you're not in a classroom, you're still expected to behave as if you are in class. So if you make a comment or ask a question or something like that, then please make sure that it's something you would feel appropriate to say in a classroom. Okay. You'll also notice it says your names on here. So if you try and say anything naughty, I can see who said it. Okay. The structure of each lesson might be different for different lessons. In the double lessons, we're always going to do an activity. The first lesson we're going to do, which will be our first proper lesson, is going to be looking at data collection. We're also going to be looking at things like mean, median, and mode, and that will be in our double lessons. And obviously there'll be an activity that goes along with that will take, maybe not the whole time, but certainly, an appropriate amount of work for a double lesson. In the single lessons, we might do something slightly different. We might mix that up a bit more. That might be a chance for us to have question and answer sessions, or it might be a chance for us to do little quizzes or something like that. But that will probably change each week. Where do you find out what's happening? Go to Teamy. So that's basically all I wanted to say today. Only 6 minutes of your time, not too much taken up, I hope. So I'm just going to give you a few minutes now. Not too many, because I have other things to do today. If you have any particular questions you want to ask, then please, I'll give you a couple of minutes now where you can type your question in and I'll answer it live. And if not, I'll sign off, and then obviously we'll, moving forwards, making sure that you are ready for the first proper lesson, which will be, if you're in the bottom half of the grade, it will be tomorrow. If you're in the top half of the grade, it will be on Thursday. And making sure that you bring your books, pencil cases, laptops to the lesson at the time that you're supposed to be doing the lesson. And obviously, if you miss it, making sure you catch up. So anybody have any questions? Nothing at all, apart from Waffle Wham Gaming. Maybe we should change that name so it's your actual name, so I know who's asking a question. It does help when you have your proper name here. What if you don't have a protractor and don't get one? Well, obviously, it's a good question, Shamir. At the end of the day, I understand that you may not be able to get them, but that means that unfortunately you're not going to be able to do that section of work. I would say that perhaps you would come back to that when hopefully in May the 4th, when you're allowed back out to the shops and you can get one. Just with this one here about the protractor, I understand that your parents are going to be minimizing their shopping because obviously you're trying to get online deliveries. But I do know that, for example, if you go to most cold storages and fair prices, they do sell the little maths kits. So maybe on one of the rare trips, obviously social distancing, avoiding going out where possible, you might want to ask your parents, see if they can do that. What do you need, Mia, for the new unit? Basically, you need the normal stuff you need for school: your book, your laptop, your pencil case. Everything else I'll give to you. You don't have to subscribe because I'm going to post all the things on Teamy. So every day you can go to Teamy, Ben, and you can see what you're going to do. Will you be doing a test? Well, no, you're not going to be doing a test, obviously, because you are in school, but there probably will be later on in this unit, there will be a task which you are assessed on. At the moment, we're waiting. We don't know whether we're going to be going back to school on May the 4th or not. So the format, how we're going to do the test, will depend on whether we're physically going back to school or not. But you'll get told about that in a few weeks' time. Certainly not going to be for at least 3 or 4 weeks. I will send you, over the course of this next few weeks, I can send you obviously I can't give you your test, but I can send you your test results for the previous unit. I will be able to send them to you. What I'll probably do is just send you an email with the little feedback sheet, and then hopefully when we're back at school in May, we can go through the questions in a bit more detail. Okay, is that everything? I think that's all the questions. Thank you too. Thank you. Do you need to wear a uniform? Well, this should have hopefully been addressed by your advisors. And the email that your parents got did tell you about this. Short answer, no. You don't need to wear a uniform, but you do need to be wearing, obviously, something that... Think about it when you go to a non-school uniform day at school. You have to wear things that are appropriate. Okay, so make sure that you don't have to wear a uniform, but do make sure that you are dressed in an appropriate way, as if you were in a non-school uniform day at school. The new unit, Sahani, is our data analysis unit. Okay, and the full details of that are going to be given to you with your highlight sheet and what you're going to be studying and all that in your first lesson, which will either be Tuesday or Thursday, depending on which class you're in. Yeah. Yes, you will get it on Teamy tomorrow. Thank you. So just you're obviously tomorrow's class is period 1. So period 1, go to Teamy, 8:10 a.m. There'll be a post there waiting for you as if you were going into the classroom, and that will tell you everything you need to know. Okay? I think that's everything. One final thing from me. If you go back to the start of the year, and I made you write down all your My iMaths, Socrative, Manga High passwords, it'd be a good idea to make sure you've dug that out so that you have it with you, so that if we ever do any activities on those, you've got them available. Jordan, no, you don't need to print anything. You can if you want to. That's absolutely your choice, but you're not expected to. If you want to, great. If you don't, that's fine. It's up to you. I've already answered that one, Anushka. Okay, so I'm going to sign off now. So I will see some of you tomorrow. I will see some of you on Thursday. Make sure you bring with you everything I've said, books, pencil case, etc. And I'll be going through in more detail the unit with you during either Tuesday or Thursday, whichever lesson you're in. And I'll be showing you what you're going to do, when we're going to do it, what the schedule is, and how we're going to structure the work going through. So don't worry about that too much today. Just make sure that you have everything that you need to start, and then I'll talk you through step by step tomorrow, and that'll be like an easy introduction lesson just to get you ready, and then obviously after that we will still go forwards. But obviously today is just it's more for a chance for you to check in with your teachers, the teachers to check in with you, so there'll be no maths lesson today. Okay? Excellent. Right. Well, see you guys either tomorrow or Thursday, depending on which class you're in. And have a good day. Stay safe, social distance, and see you soon.